Hello, my name is Sandra Carter, and I'm the lead for the Network Metro Atlanta Job Shadowing Initiative and the solution architect for the Network Metro Atlanta Job Shadowing application. This wonderful team of people and my co lead, Richard Butler, worked together to build this initiative and this application specifically with you in mind. If you ever wanted a role in the company but did not have the experience, the connections, or the training, then this initiative is for you. Let me share the application with you. Our application is built using Microsoft cloud-based applications. The purpose of our application is to provide a connection for job shadowers to request hosts in an automated fashion. Our application is different from other applications because we have manual oversight of this automated matching process by an administrator to make sure that every request for a host by a job shadower receives a response. Let me share our guidelines page with you. As we alluded to previously, the goal of our initiative is to provide valuable experience for a job shadower in the area of their interest to prepare them for a new role in the company. Our target audience is the membership of the Georgia Metro Atlanta Network. I'd like to point out to you that any employee who is able to join an ERG can join the Georgia Metro Atlanta Network and not be restricted based on location. Therefore, any employee who can join an ERG using this portal can have participation in this initiative and use this application. Our process. Hosts and job shadowers must obtain permission from their supervisors in order to participate in the program and attest that they have that permission. The hosts and the job shadowers submit a profile. The job shadower can optionally submit a profile indicating that they have not found a host, but that there are skills that they would like to have. The initiative committee will periodically reach out to the membership to find a host that has the skills that the job shadower desires, but are not available in the application to date. The host has the opportunity to accept or to reject the job shadower and to change the dates of the engagement. And of course, we hope that the host will accept the job shadower. And as I mentioned before, the administrator is overseeing these automated emails going back and forth to make sure that the job shadower will receive a response for their request for a host. Once the host accepts the request from the job shadower, they can begin their engagement. At the end of the engagement, the host and the job shadower will both receive an automated post survey. We really want your feedback. We like to know about your engagement. We would like to use the metrics to generate net promoter scores. And we definitely will take your feedback into consideration in how to improve the program. We want to acknowledge your participation by indicating the host and job shadower on our SharePoint site and in our chapter newsletter. 6 months after the relationship is complete, the job shadower will receive a second survey because we want to find out, did the job shadower obtain a role in the area of the engagement with the host? We invite you at your leisure to look at the roles and responsibilities of the host and the job shadower, and let you know that in our initial implementation, there is a one-to-one match between the host and the job shadower. As I mentioned before, we'll be capturing metrics to determine your feedback. So please make sure you fill out your surveys. We will show you examples of these later in our demo. And of course, we have the disclaimer. Participation in this initiative is voluntary. Hosts and job shadowers will not be favored nor disadvantaged for their participation. Let me now point your attention to the frequently asked questions page, where you will see instructions on how to sign up as a host and sign up as a job shadower. I will now turn it over to Derek Avery, who will demonstrate how to sign up as a host.
Thank you very much, Sandra. Signing up as a job shadower host is very simple. As you can see, most of these areas are pre-populated, and there are just a few areas that you would need to populate manually. For example, level required is a manual field. You just simply put your level. We also have another key field, which is supervisor approval. This really entails speaking with your manager and getting approval to participate as a host in the job shadowing program. Next, skills are very important. So the job shadower or potential job shadower has an idea of your key skills, and also to get a feel for your experience level and your interactions within the company, we have a host bio area as well. Finally, we would like to understand that you're affiliated with the Georgia Metro Atlanta chapter. And once all of the required information is filled out, you would just simply submit this form. And as you can see, there is a confirmation that it has been submitted. So at this point, we will show the job shadower process. So Tammy will speak more on that.
Thank you, Derek, and thank you, Sandra. I'll now demonstrate the job shadow sign-up process. So as you can see, we're back on the Network Metro Atlanta Job Shadowing homepage. And from the homepage, a job shadower would scroll down until they find sign up as a job shadower. Once they click on this link, they will be taken to a screen where they can view those hosts that have already signed up for the program. They can peruse this information and choose a host to sign up for. Now, let's try if we don't find a host initially. First, on the right-hand side, you always are asked the question, have you received permission from your current supervisor to participate? Once you click yes, it will ask you if you found your preferred job shadow host. For the purpose of this demo, we're going to choose no first. Next, you're taken to a screen that asks what skills you're interested in. For the purpose of this demo, we'll say leadership. Then choosing next, you're taken to the next questions that ask you for your name, your current level, as well as your membership affiliation in the network. You'll hit submit and receive a thanks message saying that your response was submitted. So with that being said, you can go through the process again, and you can look for another host at a later time. And when you find that host, you can sign up for that process. So now we will show the process of selecting a host that does match your skill sets. Again, as you see, there are several hosts listed here. You can scroll through them and click on each one and read some information related to their bio. And we can peruse their information and their skills. One thing to note, when you do find the host that you are looking to connect with, there will be a unique host ID identifier for that host. A job shadower will make note of this ID and use this to complete the sign-up process. So let's prepare to submit another response. With the next response, we're going to say that we have received, again, permission from our current supervisor to participate. Then we'll say if we found a preferred job shadow host. We'll say yes. Here, we would need to input the job shadow host number for that particular host. We can continue looking for a host that matches our requirements. For example, Nicole is a professional Scrum Master. Her host skills areas are listed and her host bio is listed. And you can read more in her bio. For the purposes of this demo, however, we are choosing Derek Avery as our host. When we open his bio and his information, we'll see that his unique identifier is 206. We will complete our questionnaire by listing his number, as well as the skills that we are interested in that Derek is uniquely qualified to present. Once we enter that information, we will again enter name, last name, current level, and membership affiliation. Once the job shadow has submitted the request for the host, then the host should receive an email in their inbox saying there is a request for a job shadowing connection. So I'll turn it back over to Derek now so he can show you that email.
All right. Thank you, Tammy. And as Tammy mentioned, once a job shadower requests you as a host, there should be a couple of ways to identify that a match is in progress, and that is via email or via Teams. What I have displayed now is an email confirmation that Tammy has requested me as a host for the Job Shadow program. And it also includes a tentative date range right here, which is a 1 month or 30-day range that's pre-populated. And we also have the key skills that Tammy is actually looking for in a host. So once we receive all of that information, we can make a decision, an informed decision, to either reject or approve as a host. And that process, as I mentioned before, is either through email or Teams. So I will go into the approval button at the bottom. And we just have to place a comment. And finally, we would hit submit to finalize the process. As you can see, there's a timestamp that's available, and comment section is also included. So at this point, I will turn it back over to Tammy, and she can talk about the post-job shadow and host surveys.
Thank you, Derek. And I'll also share that the job shadower has received an email and that shows our connection has been approved. Now, once the connection has completed and the time has elapsed between the job shadower and the host, post surveys are sent out to both the host and the job shadower to get feedback on their experiences. The first thing you'd see displayed is the post-host survey. This is received by the host after the connection has completed. It is auto-populated with their name and information, including their host ID, as well as the job shadower's information, ETTU ID, and the unique connection ID for this particular connection, as well as the start date and end date of the connection that Derek just referenced. Also collected in this survey, relevant information, including job shadower's demonstration of initiative and feedback on the job shadower themselves. Also, the skills that the host may have gained could be collected here as well. We also want to know how many hours did the host dedicate to this program and what they liked about the program and what we can improve upon in the future. Additional information on willingness to participate in the future as a job shadower or a host and recommendation of this program to others is also collected in this survey. Now you see the post-job shadower survey that is sent to the job shadower once the connection has completed. It is also auto-populated with the job shadower's name and information, as well as the host's name and information, and the unique connection ID and start date and end date of this particular connection. From this, we want to collect metrics on the initiative demonstrated by the host and the host availability for meetings. We also want to know how effective the host was in disseminating their knowledge to the job shadower. We also want to know if the host gave the job shadower action items and how they contributed to the growth of the job shadower overall. This and several other items will also be collected in the metrics that Sandra spoke to earlier in the demo. Once this has been done, there will be another follow-up survey with the job shadower down the road, a few months, to see if any additional changes have happened in their career that will help to give us more information on preparing this program for the future. With that being said, if you have additional questions, please feel free to reach out to this team at this email. Thank you very much.